Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Yvette Martinez, and today I will be giving a speech on how social media versus reality, which is to go over the purpose of the speech is to provide information about how social media affects society in both positive and negative ways. Social media refers to digital platforms where users create and share content with others, such as Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook. And according to researchers, the average person spends over 2 hours daily of screen time on social media. This level of usage highlights the importance and understanding that it's in our everyday lives. As we know, social media influences communication, mental health, and self-perception. This topic is especially relevant within, I think, our generation as it's growing, because it's going to continue to grow and influence. Today, I will discuss 3 main areas: the impact of social media that has on communication, the effects on mental health, and the difference between social media and reality. So, social media has changed the way individuals communicate forever. It allows users to connect instantly across the world. Over 4.9 billion users worldwide. These platforms provide a fast and accessible way to share information and maintain relationships globally. This type of communication is especially useful for staying in contact with family, friends, and professional networking. It helps in so many ways. While there's advantages, there's also limitations associated with social media and its communication. One advantage is the convenience. Users can send messages, share updates, and interact with others quickly and efficiently. A limitation is that digital communication often lacks nonverbal cues such as tone, facial expressions, and body language. These are 3 main factors that can really, if they're not present, it can increase the likelihood of a misunderstanding. In addition, increased reliance on messaging can reduce opportunities for face-to-face connections. When somebody's passing by, typically you give them the greeting of the day like, hello, good morning, how's your day going? Instead, you'll see many people often looking at their phone. So, this brings me into my next point, which is mental health. Social media has been associated with various mental health outcomes. Researchers from organizations such as American Psychology Association indicate that high levels of social media use can be linked to anxiety, depression, and stress. This often contributes to a social comparison where individuals compare their experiences to others presented online. Another factor I would say is the fear of missing out. Sometimes when everybody's doing something and you're that one odd one out not doing what everybody else is doing and you see it on social media, you oftentimes may feel less about your own self. Social media can have both positive and negative impacts on mental health. On the positive side, there's so many resource groups and support groups that mental health resources can help you get to. Social media promotes those groups and gives you those resources in place to reach out to somebody who may be going through the same thing that you're experiencing, where you typically would feel alone in. On the negative side, it may expose you to cyberbullying and excessive screen time, and this really promotes an unhealthy relationship and creates unrealistic standards. Some studies suggest that individuals who spend more time on social media often report lower levels of overall happiness. And it just depends on the usage and your patterns. This brings me into my next and final point, which is social media versus reality. Social media content often represents a selected portion of an individual's life. Users tend to share the positive experiences, like a new baby, a new engagement, a purchasing of a home. It's the highlights of somebody's life. Also, when people post pictures, there's features such as editing, Facetune. It can alter the way that we perceive the media, and it creates false narratives and unrealistic expectations. These factors can influence how we interpret what we see online. Exposure to curated content may contribute to unrealistic expectations, and that can overall affect somebody's perception of body image, their lifestyle, and their overall success in life. This can affect self-perception, and however, it's important to recognize that social media content does not typically reflect the full range and the full picture of real-life experiences, but understanding the distinction can help individuals interpret what's really real and what just needs to be seen as content. So, in conclusion, social media plays a significant role in communication, mental health, and overall perception. It provides benefits such as increased connectivity and access to information, while also presenting challenges of miscommunication, comparison, and exposure to unrealistic content. By understanding both the advantages and limitations, we as individuals can develop a more informed perspective on social media and use it as a tool and an asset, because if we face it, it's going to continue to be in our everyday lives and on our future generations going forward. So the more we're informed about healthy patterns, the way to use it, hopefully it can be used for greater good. This concludes my presentation, and I hope everybody leaves here a little more uninformed. Thank you.